So about a month ago, this girl Lillian Phillips went viral for saying that she was going to sleep with 100 guys in under 24 hours.
I went viral for letting 23 guys run a train on me with my friend Bonnie. Now, that video is actually out now, so if you want to check that out, you know where to go. But if you want to be a part of the next one, I'm actually doing 100 guys in one day.
Now, obviously, this isn't something you want to be proud of, even if it is your profession. Even the best of the best have their limits and know when to stop, and not even Riley Reid would put herself through this. And the guys who participated are no better. Can you imagine what it must have smelled like in that room by the time the last dude showed up? The odor was probably so thick it put resistance on you when you were walking, and by the time you left the room, it looked like you came out of one of them Matrix chambers. Like, I cannot emphasize how disgusting this is. Like, gangbangs are one thing, but 100 guys in 24 hours is wicked work. That's 4 guys an hour, and that's only if she wanted it to last the entire 24 hours. Guaranteed she had at least 10 guys at a time to make it 6 hours, and even then, that still seems a little too long. But this was her 15 minutes. OnlyFans girl has sex with 100 guys, and we move on. She wasn't really an influencer, so it's not like people were looking forward for her to get back to making her original content. What she was doing was her quote-unquote original content. But apparently this guy Josh Peters, who's known for his videos where he pranks people like Carol Baskin and Tom Holland, decided to release a 50-minute documentary about Lillian sleeping with 100 guys, basically taking us through everything from start to finish. And if you are actually that desperate to watch the uncensored version, you can pay $4 to do so, which I already know people are going to do, not realizing that what's being blurred is her in a bra. Also, instead of bleeping out certain words, he just cuts off the audio completely. So I don't want to spoil the clip, but just imagine if every time I cussed, I would do this. What the f*** is wrong with you? You got me f***ed up. Are you serious right f***ing now? There's no f***ing way you're gonna do it. It just sounds really stupid, especially when he does it for words like sexual.
What's this?
I was trying to train my dog how to use it to like get, so she needs...
Oh, so that's not for...
No, it's not for like
But I sat through the entire 47 minutes of this, and here are some of the parts I want to talk about. First of all, during his little sit down, he says, so I'm a YouTuber, so I don't really know what to call you. I'm kind of new to this world of stuff. I'm just a silly old simple YouTuber. I never looked at this kind of stuff before. What do I call you? And it's like, really? You don't know what to call a person who has sex for money? Dang, if only there was some word to describe such person.
As a word, like, is that the right, like, terminology? I'm a YouTuber, so I'm a bit red-faced and new to this world, but what is the like...
People call me anything. Star, escort, OnlyFans girl, anything really, I don't really care.
What does being a YouTuber have to do with anything he said? That's like going to buy a car and then you tell the guy, so I'm actually a chef, I'm kind of really new to this, I don't know what's going on. What do you call those things with 4 wheels? I'm just a simple chef. I know food. Like, he is genuinely 60% of what makes this unwatchable. This next clip isn't going over anything they said. I just thought the way her doorbell sounded was insane.
What they think about me is so much more important than what strangers think about me. Come on in.
Is that how all doorbells sound in the UK? I think you guys might have been mixed up with a phone, because that's the sound a phone makes, not to let someone know when they're at your house. I'd rather have the person who's here just shout through the door that they're here. That'd be way more pleasant. He then starts asking her about how she films videos as if there wasn't already millions of others to go off of. It's not like she's doing anything revolutionary with her videos. He's acting like she's gonna tell him, and this is where my editor digitally adds in all the guys I have sex with, so technically I don't have sex with anyone. No, she literally records herself having sex and tells him that.
And I'll usually just like get my little camera, pop it on there. I mean, it's usually quite easy. And then it depends if we're doing like we usually talk through if we want to do like a storyline.
Yeah.
Or just more of like a gonzo video.
What's a gonzo video?
Just normal, like just
Fine.
the actual part. I'd rather do it like this where I prop it up, or like have my assistant film it for me, because then you can usually get a bit better angles if like someone else is.
Damn,
you can get different angles when other people film you? The industry needs to know about this. This next clip we're going to play starts to peel back the layers of what kind of girl Lily actually is. She's asked if she's ever going to settle down with a guy, and basically says that she's narrowed her choices in men down to 2 options.
And do you think your partner one day will be someone from the industry most likely, or?
Yeah, I rather think it's going to be someone from the industry or someone who is into lending me out.
lending you out.
Yeah.
So you might as well just tell your parents you're going to be single forever because you just want to keep doing what you're doing, only have someone to share your intimate moments with. And it's like porn just hasn't ruined the male brains either. You got some weirdos in your team, ladies, you know what I mean? You got some weirdos of your own. Case in point, the girl who wants to have a relationship with a guy but lets the guy pass her off to anyone she wants. But now they go shopping with her, and as they're waiting for her outside the store, these two old ladies walk by and ask a simple question about what's going on, and here's what this idiot tells them.
It's not actually, but I'm filming a video with a girl who's going to be sleeping with 100 guys in one day, and she is picking out her outfit for that day.
Oh, and it's on television.
It's going to be on her OnlyFans.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
Okay,
Have a great night. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye there.
He's looking at us like we forced him to do that. She asked if this was his store, and he's like, no, actually, but fun fact about the girl inside, though, she's a whore. And then this senile old woman is like, oh, is it going to be on TV? Yeah, lady, not even back then when she was a kid did they allow this shit on TV. She was about to ask for what time and what channel it was on if they didn't say it was on OnlyFans.
So how are you doing this? You put out a phone number
Yeah.
and people can just apply?
Yeah, so I put out a little Twitter post, and all you do always have to send in a photo of you holding your ID.
Now, part of me was going to pay the $4 to see what these guys look like, but then I realized that this is blurred because they're holding their IDs. But you can tell that most of the guys she's going to meet up with are going to have this guy's build right here. I know you can't see his face, but you know what I mean? She might be able to count this fella as two people, you know what I mean? She's really either going to get someone who's weird or fat and weird. Pick your poison.
Our filming was interrupted briefly by a phone call from Lily's mother. Apparently, she calls Lily every day.
My parents know what I do, but I'm not on the phone to them every day going, oh, you know, I just got DP'd, I'm 17 guys today,
Yeah.
or this and that. They don't need to know the logistics.
Of course.
I do feel a little bit like embarrassed being like, Mom and Dad, I'm 100 guys.
Why?
I guess because it's not really what my parents would have wanted me to do. Doesn't mean to say my parents are like gonna disown me or hate me or anything like that. I just don't want them to think less of me.
Now, this is hilarious because earlier in the video, she talks about how she told her parents what she does and that they accept her. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not her parents, so if they think it's fine, who am I to tell them how to think about their own daughter? But now, she literally just admitted that she doesn't tell them the specifics of what she's doing. Meaning that she most likely told her parents that she uploads pictures of herself on the internet, and they're like, who doesn't nowadays, honey? As long as you're having fun. Not knowing that she's actually getting gangbanged by 40 guys at once and then kissing her parents goodbye with those same lips that were just on the head of 40 different guys' weenies.
Your family and your parents are proud of you and what you've achieved.
Well, my parents knew straight from the start, like, about what I was doing. Yeah, I was just very open with it.
Your parents must be very sort of forward-thinking and open-minded, which is great, because I think
Yeah.
She's an actual piece of shit who is lying to her parents because she's afraid of what they'll think about her. This next clip is of them talking about how even though these guys are getting tested, there's nothing stopping them from sleeping with someone in between the time they get tested leading up to when they actually meet her. So we asked if she's worried about getting HIV, and apparently she doesn't know that AIDS can be transferred through sex.
So you would let like these guys do that on your face?
Yeah.
And in your mouth?
Yeah.
What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from?
Not even just that though, they're telling guys that are coming over if they have friends they wanted to bring because so many people were canceling on her. So who knows how many people brought their disgusting untested friends with them to this god-awful event that was about to happen.
Funny, like on the text it was like, you know, if you have any friends who'd like to take part, and I was like, oh my.
After it eventually does get started, they talk to a couple different guys leaving the house where it's all going down at, and one of the guys they talked to was shaking like he was the one having sex with everyone.
However, we were able to speak to another man as he left the Airbnb, although he seemed shaken by the experience.
How are you feeling?
It's not something that I'd normally do, but I saw it, and I thought, not much wrong.
Yeah.
I think I saw it, and I just thought, fucking might as well just do it.
Like, how long did you get with it?
Well, should 5 minutes.
This dude is shaking like he's having withdrawals. What the fuck did this guy do up there? Whatever happened in those 5 minutes changed this guy's life forever. What a fucking loser. After everything is eventually done with, she starts talking about how everything went, and here's where she starts crying after she realizes what kind of person this makes her.
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like... It's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like... It's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
It's not like just having sex with someone.
yeah, just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry.
Okay. She just realized that she's a prostitute. That is what she is after what she did. Guys flew in from around the world and paid to have sex with her. And it is now just setting in what kind of person that makes her. Yo, kudos to that guy, because if that was me, I would have been busting out laughing. Busting and laughing in more than one places than just my wiener. She then starts saying that part of why she was crying was because she had to cut some guys short and stop their time so she can move on to the next guy. And it's like, if you are crying because you didn't get to satisfy 100 men properly in one day, then you are what we call a lost cause, dog. The LCD.
You'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go. And like the awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to have to make them come if like you haven't spent enough time with them and feeling like they didn't, like you didn't give them a good time because like they only got 2 minutes.
But that's not even the worst part, because at the end it shows Lily announcing that she will try to sleep with 1,000 men in 24 hours this coming February.
Last week I did 101 guys. Now this was just the warm up, because in February I'm going to be the first person ever to reach 4 digits of guys all in one day. Yes, 1,000 guys.
Now it goes without saying that if she can barely get through 100, then 1,000 is out of the question. Even then, I highly doubt she actually slept with 100 guys. It was probably a lot, but they asked the camera crew to not just stop filming, but leave the building as it was happening. Obviously, so they don't see that it was actually just 30 guys getting rotated over and over. Maybe if this was 10 years ago and porn wasn't this mainstream yet, this would have done some numbers, but 1,000 guys in 24 hours isn't even possible. Getting someone hard and then telling them that their time is up isn't sex either. So if we're getting real technical, she didn't sleep with anyone. She gave 100 guys blue balls for the rest of the day. But yeah, guys, I watched this god-awful documentary, so you don't have to, and if you actually do want to, then it's up on this guy's channel. Until tomorrow, peace. Or the next day, peace.